Hello, just a quick diagnosis before I retire for the rest of the day. I've had a busy day. I've had a nice day, but I've had a busy day with this LG. This is another one of those TVs that I was given because it had a strange fault, and I've been too busy to kind of look at things. But that should be coming on, and it is. But what I'll do, I'll switch it off and on again so we get... it's quite light in here. Where are those lights coming from? I've got no lights on. This is... this is mysterious. Anyway, I'm not going to bother about that. Let me just swap a few things over here. Right, I'm going to remove that camera so you can see. Well, you should be able to see. This is bugging me. There are two beams of light shining down on this screen, yet I have got no lights on in here at all. It's almost like this place is haunted. I'm just going to shut the door. It can't be the reflection from the door. It isn't a reflection from the door. What? What? Ah. We got a camera that's frozen. Okay, I'm going to pause and start again. That solves this mystery. The camera had frozen. I don't know why. Right, so I'm going to switch the TV on and you will see that we get backlight, but we don't get a picture. And straight away, with this being an LG, you may notice something, because the backlights on just about all LGs will change with the LG logo that comes up in the front. They'll go bright and then they'll dim down and then they'll come back on again, and this isn't doing that. And I'm going to switch some lights on now, so those lights will come back on. Those spooky lights that I couldn't find out. Okay. So I've got here an LG remote, and the great thing about an LG service remote, the great thing about a service remote compared to the standard domestic remotes is you don't have to press a source button to get to HDMI. I've got the HDMI keys here, and I'm just gonna go through these, and we'll see if the backlights react. And every time I press something, not only don't the backlights react, do they react then? No, I'm just seeing things. But I don't get the IR sensor reacting. You can see a little red light of me. That's the red light on the remote control, but it is not the standby light, the IR sensor light. Now, normally when you get jobs like this, you have to get out your oscilloscope and you check for a signal coming from the main board to the TV. If there's a signal there, you'll know it's the screen that's gone. I haven't got an oscilloscope here. I'm not going back up to the main unit because it's late on a Friday and I want to go and have a cup of coffee and watch a bit of TV. But because I'm not seeing any backlight reduction or flicker, it's telling me that the main board is dead. So the fact we haven't got a picture could be down to a dead main board. So on this occasion, I'm not going to use the oscilloscope, not going to bother with the oscilloscope. My diagnosis is from what I've seen, and two things that I've seen. I've seen no reaction to the backlights when I change a channel or try and switch it to smart or whatever you try and do. They're just on and that's it. And the infrared sensor, which is down here, I'll switch some lights back on now. The infrared sensor, which is just down here, is not doing anything. So I'm going to stick a main board in this and see if that makes any difference. That's going to be my plan. Idiot left one screw in. And this is one of those TVs that has both screws and quite heavy duty clips to get into it. But anyway, into it we are. Now, I'm sure you're dying to know the model number of the TV, just dying, so hang on a second and I will reveal all. If this camera is going to work with a new SIM card, what am I talking about? Memory card. Ooh, preparing image database file. That's a good sign. Right. It's an LG 43 UM7000 PLA. No, so is that PLA? It certainly is. And I'm looking for a date on it, which is usually down here somewhere. It's October 2019. Whee. Anyway, that's the TV. This is what I believe is the culprit. We could still have a screen problem. It could be a screen shorting out something on the main board. It does happen. And the standard LG power board. Backlights look okay on this, don't they? They didn't look too blue. It's very hard to tell without a picture, but sometimes you can still tell. Well, we'll tell in a moment. I have done the usual thing, by the way, earlier. I didn't show you of me disconnecting both of that and that to see if it changes anything, and taking them out of there as well, and it didn't. So at the moment it really is looking like this main board is dead. And let's kind of hope that the new main board is going to wake it up. Okay, well that didn't go as planned because the screen connectors are different. It's exactly the same main board. I'll show you the difference and the issue I have with this. But there's still something I can try tonight. As you can see, the main board is very similar, if not identical in every single way, apart from the screen connectors. The screen connectors on the board I've taken out are actually further up, and you can see these connectors there for them. So you can see where the difference is. The connectors here are in slot 1, connectors for this one are in slot 2, and I need a board that's got slot 2. For some particular reason I didn't check the screen. I don't know. Didn't do my homework, but maybe now the infrared sensor may come to life, and maybe we see a bit of flickering on the backlights. So that kind of will prove my point, if I have a point to prove. I don't know if I have. But yes, it would be interesting to see if I can control the TV now and switch it on and off with the remote control, which is something I couldn't do before. I mean, that definitely is a main board problem. Well, actually, after seeing the backlights flicker on this video, I'm not too sure now. I still will go chasing a main board, but I never saw those backlights flicker before, but still in with a chance. So, we're definitely not going to get a picture, but we should get a standby light. Shall we get the camera down here for the standby light? Not much light to go on. I need to get the remote control. Let's turn the TV on. TV is coming on. We've got the backlights. I can now control it So let's see if there's any flicker when I swap from HD to 1, 2, 3 or 4. Because the flickering will be done by the power board, which is connected to the main board, doesn't have to have the screen connected. Yes! Did you see that? Yeah. The picture brightness is going up and down when I change the channels. Good. So it's still not foolproof, it's still not 100%, but I've got my remote control sensor back and we can see some action on the backlights when the remote control is plugged in. I'm now going to have to go looking for switch some lights on, a proper main board. Where did I get that main board from? I got that main board from our stock. Do you know what? I've got other main boards in stock. I'll have to do a bit more investigation, see what other LG main boards. I've actually got some here for a 43-inch. May not be for this model, but it only has to be for this screen. So we'll wait and see. That might be a part 2 tomorrow. You know what I'm like with part 1s and part 2s. Just a drama queen. Thanks for watching.